Close your eyes for a moment. Listen. That's the sound of gravel crunching under wide white wall tires, the ping of a speaker box bouncing off a door handle, and somewhere in the distance, the laughter of kids who've just been set free in their pajamas. This wasn't just going to the movies, friends. This was Friday night church for a generation raised on chrome tail fins and Technicolor dreams. Every family had their drive-in ballet. Dad inching the DeSoto backward like a moon landing, Mom fussing with the picnic basket, us kids scrambling to claim the roof as our VIP balcony. And those speakers, oh, those clunky metal angels. You'd roll the window just enough to hook it on, praying the night wouldn't turn damp and send static screaming through your eardrums. Funny thing, we miss that static now. It was the sound of anticipation, like the popcorn kernels exploding in the concession stand behind us. By the second feature, that sea of Chevys and Fords became its own little world. Over there in Section C, the teenagers watching the movie from tangled front seats. Near the playground, the young moms trading gossip, while toddlers conked out in nestling blankets. And always, that one car full of boys who'd howl when the monster appeared, making the whole place erupt in groans and giggles. It was the last place in America where you could hear an entire community gasp in unison when Brando growled, "I could have been a contender." Then came the 70s. Suddenly, parking lots became shopping malls, and those towering screens got bulldozed for condo developments. Blame it on VCRs, or air conditioning, or maybe just the world getting smaller. But I'll never forget the night our hometown drive-in played The Last Picture Show. Ironic as all get out. Halfway through, a summer storm rolled in. Nobody left. We just sat there, wiper slapping time, watching a movie about endings through rain-streaked windshields, and understanding the joke. But here's the secret they don't tell you about the good old days. They didn't stop at midnight. Because 2 miles down Route 66, the real second feature was just getting started, and the neon sign said YATS. If drive-ins were our fantasy land, then diners were the confessional booths where we decompressed after the magic. Sticky vinyl booths, coffee so strong it could jumpstart a dead battery, and Marge, bless her heart, who'd been slinging hash since Truman was in office and still called every man honey and every teen trouble. This was the stage where ordinary lives played out in extraordinary ways. Every stool had its regular. There was Charlie the trucker, who'd unfold his road atlas like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Doris from the beauty parlor, still in her smock at 11 p.m., dissecting the town's latest scandal over cherry pie. And behind the counter, Big Joe, the grill man with forearms like canned hams and a heart soft as his famous biscuits. He'd flip your burger with one hand and catch the phone receiver with the other. Yeah, Mabel, send over another case of root beer. Never missing a beat. Let's talk about that first bite of a diner burger. The kind where the American cheese oozed lava down your wrist, and you let it, because wiping it away would have been sacrilege. The milkshakes came in steel tumblers, so cold they'd stick to your fingertips, with that extra froth dumped on top, like a chef's kiss. And pie, oh Lord, the pie. Coconut cream, so tall it needed structural engineering, served with a wink and a watch your waistline, sweetie. As if any of us cared at 1 a.m. Some of life's biggest moments happened under those fluorescent lights, like the night Billy Jenkins proposed to Susie Q at booth 12, dropped the ring in her chocolate malt, the poor fool, or when the '65 Lincoln High football team piled in after winning state, still muddy and magnificent, and old Marge let them sign the wall by the kitchen. 50 years later, you can still see those faded names under 3 layers of paint, if you know where to look. Drive-ins showed us who we wanted to be. Diners showed us who we were. And somewhere between the last bite of apple pie and the first light of dawn, we grew up. They'll tell you these places are dinosaurs, that we've outgrown them. But pull off the interstate sometime, past the Walmart parking lots and the identical fast food rows, and you'll find survivors. Places where the projector still flickers, where the coffee mugs are still thick as railroad ties, and where the word community isn't just something politicians say. Meet Ruby, 82, who's worked the register at Mel's Diner since Eisenhower was president. Kids today ask why we didn't just Netflix and chill. she cackles while refilling my cup for the fourth time. Honey, we invented chilling. Only we did it with real people instead of Wi-Fi passwords. Down in Texas, the Coyote Drive-In still runs double features every weekend. We get grandparents showing grandkids how to tune the radio to the movie channel, says owner Hank. Funny thing, the kids get it. Turns out, stars look brighter when you're sharing them. In a world where we like each other's lives but never break bread, these places are time machines. That teenage couple holding hands over a shared banana split? They're not staring at phones. The family arguing about whether Brando or Cliff was the better actor. That's a conversation algorithms can't replicate. It's about elbow grease and eye contact. About remembering that joy tastes better when it's served, not streamed. So here's my challenge, friends. Next time you see one of those old neon signs, maybe flickering, maybe faded, pull over, order the Blue Plate special, sit at the counter where the vinyl's split and the sugar caddy sticky. Then listen, really listen, under the clatter of dishes and the hum of the milkshake machine. You'll hear it, the echo of 1,000 shared stories and room left for yours. Fade to a vintage postcard with the handwritten message. P.S. They don't make M like they used to, but we're still here. The sound of a car horn honking, shave, and a haircut plays as the screen goes dark. Now it's your turn, tell me. If you could relive one magical night at a drive-in or diner, which would it be? Your first date? The time your family laughed till you cried when popcorn went flying? Or just one more moment, sitting by that old car radio? I truly want to hear your story. Leave a comment below. Every memory is a precious piece of history.